So I'm Jeff Forrest. I'm president and managing member of WPC. I have enjoyed close to 43 years of working at this company, and as a result of that, got to grow up here. In fact, 2/3 of my life have been spent working for this company. My brother started it in 1974. I went to work for him in 1979, and so I've enjoyed watching this company grow and change and do all kinds of interesting projects over the years. And as I look back, and as we say goodbye to 221 Circle Drive, having this being my first office I ever had as a professional was at this property. It was a little 800 square foot building that my brother had purchased. And eventually, over time, continued to buy land until nobody would sell it to him anymore. And so I used to come here in my early 20s as a assistant project manager and project manager, and just watched my brother change the landscape of not only 221 Circle Drive, but I think of kind of Central Florida as Winter Park Construction, as we were once known, was one of the largest general contractors in Central Florida. And so for me, saying goodbye to the space is kind of bittersweet because it has so much history for me. On the other hand, as we start to look to the next 50 years of this company, I'm super excited about all the choices we're making and why we're making them. And so as we look around 221 Circle Drive and say goodbye, there will be sadness there. At the same time, as we look forward to our new office at 529 Crown Point Road, there's uber excitement as well. So this move and this change and these choices we're making all sets this company up for another 50 years of success. And I can't wait to watch that happen for as long as they keep me around.
You know, I have a unique perspective of the history of WPC. I've been around the company since I was a baby. So I've been running around through the halls here for a long time. I used to visit on the weekends and when I was out of school, and I have memories of being propped down at desks and spending time playing, Snake or other little games on computers here while Dad was working. But for me, the memories that I have around here, walking in through the front door and Holly with her big personality greeting everybody and always being so happy to see me, and all the other folks that have been here, Paul Caruana and Chuck and Kevin and Jason Bordeaux and these guys, that I've grown up around. I say I've been back at the company for 9 years, but I've been around for now 34 years. And when I started working here when I was 15 and spending time on job sites during the summers and on the weekend. So I've seen this company for a long time and been a part of it and love the culture that we have here. As we look towards the move to the new office and we're leaving 221 Circle Drive, where WPC has such a long history, and we look at the choices that we're making as a company and the direction that we're heading, there's a lot of excitement. We have a good core group of people working here in the company, both with tons of experience and then passing that experience on to the younger generation that we have. We're very happy about what we've accomplished over the last 48 years, but we're also very excited about what we're going to be doing over the next 48 years.
So one of the things I found most interesting for me about the history of WPC is people and opportunity. Both of those have always meant a lot to me my whole life, and opportunity abounds here. We have had an array of old employees that have recently retired and have moved on, and that creates opportunities for young staff. It reminds me of in about 2015, we started making direct choices to put young people in very significant roles. And to some of our peer group members that we're involved with, they thought we were out of our minds putting young people on very senior roles and responsible for quite a bit of funds. And they've done an incredible job. And so in that, I see a bright future for our company.
So future side of WPC, I would say that the future is extremely bright in the sense that the right people are in the right place and getting to be in the right place with WPC. There's been a lot of effort in recent time to really make sure that the core purpose, the core values, the vision, the competencies, everything else is that it's molded not just on what we see as the future of WPC, but it's founded on a great basis of what the company's been for 48 years. So the company's really moving in a positive direction, but it's not so much of a complete shift. It's more of a, to use the euphemism, it's built on a solid foundation, much like we build a building. There's so many great things that have come from the company to begin with the people, with the structure of the company, with, just in a physical state of what we've built, but what is implemented within the people.
Change isn't uncommon to WPC. We don't change for any specific reason other than to grow and be better. So this change is exciting, not because it's a new place or a new environment, but because we are moving in a new direction that brings us closer to where we were, but also brings us to a place where we can be anything we want to. This is a building. The WPC is not a building. WPC is everyone that goes with us, all of the people that are around us, and it doesn't matter where we are. We are WPC.
When I started working for this company, there were 6 employees, and we met outside Tracy's apartment, which was also his home. And we decided where we would remodel the project that day. Since then, we've had 3 other offices before we got to 221 Circle Drive. And our first office here at 221 Circle Drive was a 2-bedroom house with a 1 bathroom that Tracy renovated into an office. I remember we used to meet there once a week and have a meeting and discuss all the projects that were going on every week with Tracy firsthand. Fast forward some 40 years later, and now we're WPC today, who's a pretty well-known company here in Central Florida. Yeah, I think the future looks bright for WPC. I've met a lot of the youth we have in the company today. Interesting, I can call them youth because I was 20 when I started here. They're much older than that. But I think the youth today are very bright. They have a great attitude, and I'm excited about seeing what the future of WPC looks like, not only for the rest of my career, but when I'm retired and I come back and visit.
29 years ago, I walked through the front door. And I walked through the front door 6 times. And each time I had an interview with Tracy. And it took Tracy a little while to see what he wanted to see in me, but he did. And from that point, I became a manager, vice president, and a retired partner of WPC. Those were splendid 29 years. I enjoyed every moment of them. And as I look around and seeing the new talent coming into WPC, they have such a splendid future, and I see a lot of me into them.
So the future, I am most looking forward to the move. It has offered us the opportunity in the IT department to really offload some things that we might have been bringing over from past years. I'm looking forward to the smaller space. But for the most part, I'm looking forward to being in a more intimate relationship with the people in the office. From an IT perspective, it's going to be different for us. We're going to get some new technology, and I know I'm nerding out, but I'm really excited about that.
When we say that WPC is like a family, it truly is. I've known some of these people for more than 20 years, and they are just a part of WPC.
I'm very proud to be a part of WPC. I started out as a project manager in the field and was asked to join the estimating department with Chuck about 12 years ago. So the majority of my time has been here at estimating, and it's been a fantastic experience. It's a close-knit family and absolutely love the culture. I had the privilege of asking my daughter to join the team for a summer last summer, so she worked with us. So that was very important to me as well. Super excited about the move to the new office. It's a great location, it's a great new space, and I'm excited because I think it's going to really inject some excitement into the fabric of our company and kind of re-energize everybody towards the future.
I've been here for 20 years now, going on 20 years, I should say, and love everything about the company. Came on as a young employee. I was probably the youngest employee for a good 4 years, and enjoyed every minute of it. It's a great family atmosphere from day one, and still feel like it's that way today. I think the future holds a lot of great opportunities with the company. The company is becoming a lean, mean machine. I like the idea of being a smaller, tight-knit company versus a very large company with a lot of employees. It gives you that sense of family again that we used to have back in the day.
I chose Winter Park Construction due to the people. I knew about the company being around in Orlando. You know, one thing I like about WPC, along with the people, is, you know, I see the room for growth and opportunity. You know, we're moving to a new office this month, and, you know, we're full of leaders. And just like leaders adapt, kind of like water, and they can merge and go around rocks and go into any type of environment. And, you know, it doesn't matter if we're at 221 Circle Drive or the new office, you know, we're still going to continue to excel.
You know, when we look at the history of this company and we think about what my brother started and how he set us up, and, you know, his style was a certain way, and, you know, founders and entrepreneurs, and in his case, a self-made man, he had a very strong personality. What that did was give us a great foundation, and it really gave us a model of making sure that we ran this company a certain way. Now, styles change and leadership style changes, but the reality that you have to have a foundation that Tracy kind of set us up for, I think, is outstanding. We'll never forget it. You know, when we go to our new office, we are designing a room called our Legacy Room, which will house the history of the company. And so we will say goodbye to Winter Park Construction, and we will say hello to the new WPC. But we won't forget it. And that's what's going to be important, because there's so many people that you'll not only hear from on this video, but that work in this company that will never want to forget how we started. But they'll also look to help move this company forward. And I think it'll be fun. And I think he'd be proud of us.